Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Trisha and this is video number 2 for With Love Joelle. Just coming on real quick to let you know in the video I did not fart. That was the chair I was on that was moving. So when you hear that, that was not me farting. No, I want to talk about my lisp or my heavy tongue, as people would say. I've had it all my life. Of course, I had my tongue all my life. Sorry. I developed it from sucking my thumb. At least that's what I know. So the muscles in my tongue are, I guess, not as strong as a person that never sucked their thumb. But that's okay. So I sucked my thumb until I was in grade 3 in Toronto. And then we moved to Kingston, Ontario. So I did that until I was 3. For what reason? I guess comfort. Who really knows? But I did it. And my mother realized it was an issue when my teeth were starting to come up. So become buck teeth. So we went to an orthodontist and we got a retainer. So a retainer, not the ones that across here. It was a big, it was like a big football mask, but a miniature one that just went into your mouth. They cemented at the back of my teeth and up here. So every time I put my thumb in my mouth, it would block it from this part from continuing to push. So I eventually stopped. They tried everything before we had to get to that. Hot sauce, a sock on my finger, pepper, anything that you can think of besides bird poo and chicken poo, because that's what they do in the Caribbean. They tried all of that. Wasn't working. Me and my thumb were best friends. Anyways, so we did that, and I kept it on for a year and a bit, and came off. Teeth went back to normal. Thank God I didn't have to do braces. I did that and we were good. So the next part was going into what was that again? Speech therapy. So I had to end up attending speech therapy. I attended that in Kingston because the teachers said it was hard for them to understand what I was saying because of my lisp or my heavy tongue. So I said, cool, whatever. The guy that taught me, I don't remember his name, but he was a really nice guy. He came into the class, and I would go to see him, I think twice a week, and we would practice different sounds, and it was fine. I think I can say the sounds now. There are some words that I do get mixed up with. Not words, sorry. That I end up, if I end up speaking too fast, then you'll just hear shh. So if I say my name fast, Trisha, people are going to think Trisha. I'm like, that's not my name. So I have to take my time and say Trish. I have to enunciate more and lift up my tongue. Trish. By saying that, I hate my name. Legit. I tell my mom, I go, Mommy, why did you give me the hardest name out of everything? You could have given me Simone. But then again, that's hard too. You could have just called me Rochelle. I could say that. Rachel. I can say that. My twin's name is Keisha. I can say that. So it got to the point where if my sister and I were somewhere and somebody was asking what our name was, I would just stop and not say anything and let my sister say it for me. Because I didn't want I wanted the person to hear it clearly the first time, not have to say, sorry, what did you say? And whenever, I don't like that. So whenever a person says that to me now, it brings back memories of people not understanding how I speak because of the way I talk and because of my tongue. But I'm learning that, you know what? I'm unique and I'm different. I picked up I do oracle pulls in the morning, and the one that I got today was one of a kind. Hopefully it comes out correctly, but one of a kind. And from the Inner Compass oracle deck, love cards, I'm going to do a review on this later on. So, and there was something else. There was another card that came in. Hold on. No, not unplug. Yeah, that one. And I realized that as I'm making this video and as I was thinking about it in the day, I'm one of a kind. If a person doesn't understand how I speak, they need to open up the ears. That's it. Because everybody has an accent, and everybody speaks differently. Nobody speaks perfect. So I have to also learn not to take it so seriously when a person says, sorry, I didn't understand, or can you say it again? I have to learn to not take it personal. That's it. But it's a wound that I'm learning to heal and not accept, but heal, because it happened from a young age. So that's it. So continuing forward, my youngest son, Master Gabriel, that's what I call him, Master Gabriel. Yes. He ended up developing a stutter, and he has a heavy tongue as well. So he got this, when he was born, I wanted to really breastfeed, and he was having a hard time. So his web under his tongue was too forward, so he couldn't latch on. So we cut it. And it wasn't until later on that when he began to talk, that we realized that his tongue was heavy. He wasn't lifting his tongue like me. I don't know if he was doing that because he spent so much time with me that he heard how I was speaking and figured that's how you speak. But my eldest one wasn't like that. So I cried because I'm like, oh my God, I ruined my son. He has a heavy tongue. And then he started stuttering. So I cried some more. I'm like, oh my God, a heavy tongue and a stutter. What am I going to do? So I did research and everything. And they said stuttering is common for boys from 2 to whenever. Some of them grow out of it and some of them keep it for life. I love people that stutter by all means. But because I knew the struggles I went through, I didn't want him to go through that. And I didn't want him to have confidence issues because of the way he spoke. So, sorry, I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn how to look here and not at me. But hey, I'm going to, yes, I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't want him to have the issues that I had. So that, and it eventually went away. His stutter hasn't had it since, and I was very, very, very happy. So now I had to deal with the heavy tongue and his lisp as well, or it was just a heavy tongue. I don't know, really and truly. There's words that he would say that I wouldn't even understand, and then I had to really listen and pay attention. And then he would get frustrated. He's like, Mommy, no one can understand how I talk. I have to keep on saying the words over, or I'll just say never mind. But Gabriel learned very quickly that if the person couldn't understand one word that he was saying, he would find another word that meant what the first word meant. So he's a very smart kid. So I told him, I said, baby, I understand you and we will figure it out. So I end up doing what he ended up doing what I used to do to my sister. When we went places, he wouldn't say his name. I would say it. But then I would have to take my time and say Gabriel. When he would say Babyel or something like that. And I said, I would let him say it. And if the person didn't understand, then I would say his name is Gabriel. Easy peasy name. But hey, so we got into speech therapy. I had to fight for it. I had to fight for it because they're telling me nothing's wrong with him. He's going to outgrow it. I'm like, no, he will outgrow it, but I want him to have the tools to learn how to say words properly. I'm his mother. You're the educator or whatever. I understand that you're the professional. I understand that you think you know what's best, but I know what's best because this is my child. And he's going into JK, and I want him to be prepared. I don't want him to be a shy person. And I fought and I fought and I got him. So we used to go twice a week, I think. And I think it was for 6 months. I would come on my break. I would ask my twin sister, no, she was working. I would ask my younger sister to bring him. I would ask my mom. So I had my team of people. I think I even asked his godmother to bring him. I had my team of people that would bring him. And I made sure to put him in different programs so he can continue to practice his confidence and how to say words. And honestly, I did explain it to him, and honestly, he did really well by the time he got into JK. I did explain to his teachers when he got into JK that he goes to speech classes and that he has a heavy tongue / lisp. So please don't be frustrated if you don't understand what he's saying. You can ask him once, and I think by the third time, he will either say never mind or he'll find a different word. By the time he was done JK and SK, his speech was so good. The teachers, they saw an improvement in him 100%. And I was so proud of him that I knew that for me, standing up for him made him a more confident child. He says he's going to be a millionaire. So watch out. My boy's going to be a millionaire. And he has his YouTube channel as well. I'll do his stuff later. Bring him on another day. He has his YouTube channel, and I heard him speak on his YouTube channel, and I was so happy. I'm like, that's my baby. That is my baby. My chubs. So yes. So it's hard living with a heavy tongue and having a child that has basically the same thing as you. The kid doesn't look like me, but he has the exact same speech as me. But we're making it. And I tell him every day that he's beautiful and handsome. And now I'm going to tell him that we're one of a kind. Honestly, we're one of a kind. Everybody's one of a kind. And ain't nobody like me. Well, there's him. But there ain't nobody like me. And I'm happy. There's probably a triplet out there. But hey, little flower. Whatever. So yeah, that's it. And I just go day by day with it, and again, learning to take my time to speak clearly for myself, just for my comfort, not for anybody else's. And learning that life is not a rush, and me speaking should not be a rush. So if you see me speak slowly and try and open my mouth wider and eyes wider like some crazy person, is because I want to make sure that I'm enunciating the words properly and clearly for you and for me. Practice makes perfect, I think, and we're gonna get it. So that's it. I hope that was somewhat clarifying. If you have any questions, put them in a comment and I will answer them. Stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and do all the good things. I will see you on the next video. What will it be? I don't know. But we will see. Take care.